Who will be the world's most famous scientist in 2026? Hi, I'm David Stagg, a retired lawyer and chairman of BRLP Australia. I predict it will be Dr. Randell Mills, the genius polymath founder of Brilliant Light Power Incorporated of Philadelphia. Why? How, I hear you ask? Because over the last 34 years, Dr. Mills, working with a small team of scientists, has solved the world's energy problem. Dr. Mills has invented the Suncell, a soon-to-be-released revolutionary technology that produces safe, cheap, reliable electricity using only water as fuel by catalysing the hydrogen in water to produce a brilliant light, just like sunlight. It can be converted into electricity using existing solar panel technology, only much more efficient than domestic solar panels. Let me tell you a little about Dr. Mills. After being raised on a farm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, he studied chemistry at Franklin and Marshall College, where he graduated summa cum laude Pi Beta Kappa, the top chemistry student in all America in 1984. Mills then enrolled at Harvard Medical School, which he largely completed in 3 years. In his nominal fourth year, he enrolled at MIT to study electrical engineering. Dr. Mills worked under Professor Herman House, who was designing free electron lasers for President Ronald Reagan's SDI program, or Star Wars as the media called it. That's when Dr. Mills decided to research the history of quantum mechanics. He discovered that it was based on a false assumption and was wrong. So why have you never heard of Dr. Mills and his Suncell? The short answer is that quantum mechanics theory, accepted now for just on 100 years, says that Dr. Mills' Suncell shouldn't work. The full answer can be found in the 2 books that have been written about him. The first, America's Newton, was written by a mathematician, Thomas Stolfer, and published in 2008. Let me quote, "Mills' achievements were so incredible that few believed them. He made fundamental advances in science, but he didn't have the usual credentials." The second book by Brett Halverstadt, Randell Mills and the Search for Hydrino Energy, was first published in 2016, with a second edition now due. In 1991, when Dr. Mills said quantum theory was wrong, he was laughed at, then called a fraud, and his theory ridiculed. But in 2024, physics Nobel laureate Sir Roger Penrose, who collaborated with Stephen Hawking, agreed.
Quantum theory as a whole is wrong. It's not Einstein was wrong. Quantum mechanics is wrong. Now, I say this very blatantly because it's a blatant topic. I mean, Einstein and Schrödinger were much more polite. They said it was incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Incomplete means wrong.
Well, you're telling it like it is.
Yeah, you've got to change it so it's wrong. But incomplete is a more polite way of saying it's wrong.
Dr. Mills' calculations predicted that the electron orbit sphere could be induced to shrink in many stages below the Bohr radius or ground state and release a previously undiscovered source of energy in the form of heat and light. The process is called catalyzation. Dr. Mills called the resulting smaller hydrogen atom an hydrino, and the energy released hydrino energy. He found that the hydrino energy sits between chemical and nuclear energy. It was a world-changing discovery. But the scientific community still refused to believe that Dr. Mills' theory was right. Why was that? According to Thomas Stolfer, the mainstream physics establishment simply could not accept that Dr. Mills was right and quantum theory was wrong. In fact, Stolfer shows that they effectively cancelled him by preventing him publishing the 100 research papers he had authored or co-authored, setting out the evidence in the top scientific journals. It is a monumental scientific scandal that will be talked about for years. And that is why so very few people have heard of Dr. Mills or his 34 years of hard work. But that is all about to change. As soon as Dr. Mills completes the commercial packaging of his Suncell and demonstrates it to the public, it will change the world.